What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Dre the Brute Daniels, and welcome to another episode of Brutal Rant. This week, we are going to be talking about the master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. Now, full disclosure, everyone, I am not a fan of Shang-Chi. Never have, never will be. The character wasn't really that interesting to me growing up, and still isn't that interesting to me now. I can actually recall on one hand how many comics I've read that feature Shang-Chi, and that answer is one, and that is 2010's Shadowland, which is a Daredevil comic, and it is actually very good, and you all should check that out. Anyway, that's not about this. Shang-Chi is, be as straightforward as I can, ain't popular. Never have been, never will be. Even the most savvy of the comic book community, he's never breaking anybody's top 20 of most favorite characters. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll break somebody's, but 9 times out of 10 it ain't gonna make it. And I think that Disney, Marvel, Kevin Feige, whoever it is, has gone about bringing him into the MCU the wrong way. There's been little to no buzz about the movie. You had actors flipping out on fans and all that stuff and blah, 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 blah. And flipping out on their own directors and producers because it's just not popular enough to be a solo film. Now, where does Shang-Chi categorize as far as popularity is concerned? So, he's a D-lister. Let's call it like it is. Now, a D-lister means that this character, as far as comic runs are concerned, need support from other characters or they're not going to succeed. Shang-Chi has a bunch of failed singular comic runs. A bunch of them. Now, just to show you what I mean by the listers, I'm going to give you a few examples. So let's first talk about A-listers, okay? Now, these are characters that are instantly recognizable and will sell no matter what the heck is happening. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Wolverine, Spider-Man. These characters can stand on their own 2 feet. They don't need to have a team up or whatever in order for the comics to sell. They don't need to. They're Hall of Fame. It's nothing to debate. There's more A-listers, but just to give you an idea of what we're going for. So what about a B-lister? B-listers, you have like Daredevil, Green Arrow, Black Panther. Like, these are still very, very recognizable names, and they can stand on their own 2 feet when it comes to their own comic sales and popularity and selling toys and things like that, but they're just not as popular as A-listers. That's just the bottom line. They can stand on their own 2 feet, that they're just not up there with the upper echelon. Okay, now we go to the C-listers. Now, C-listers are characters like Iron Fist. Iron Man's pretty cool. Iron Fist. Luke Cage, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye. Now, these characters, in their print runs, are hit and miss. They're hit and miss. Like, sometimes they'll have a really cool story, but then more than likely they fall off a cliff. These characters work well when they're being teamed up with other characters and making combo comics. Like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, the Heroes for Hire, great runs. Miss Marvel, when she's being featured in the Avengers or in an X-Men story, got her. Hawkeye, how many West Coast Avengers comics have I read? A whole bunch. But when they're separate, it's hit and miss. Well, that's our C-listers. Now we go to our D-listers, where Shang-Chi does fall under. Now, once again, this isn't about if these characters are cool or not. This is just a matter of mainstream popularity or comic sales. So this will go under the Blue Beetle, Captain Atom, Sentry. Now, D-listers, usually they cannot stand on their own 2 feet. It just can't be done. Their runs fail a whole bunch of times and have to be rebooted every 27 minutes. Okay, so Sentry's a super uber powerful character, but his stories only make sense or even recognized when he's teamed up with the Fantastic Four. Blue Beetle, my God, how many times they killed him and brought him back to life? But he works more with teams, like if he's doing something with the Avengers the Justice League, or any variations of Justice League teams. And Captain Atom, once again, if he's not featured in Justice League, who the heck is he even? You know, that's what we're working with here. And Shang-Chi falls under the D-list category of I can't stand on my own 2 feet when it comes to my comic runs. That's the reality. That's where we are. That's why he's just not popular. For one reason or another, he's just not popular enough to stand his own 2 feet. And so having a movie produced for a character that no one knows or cares about is in of itself a fumble. Now, how could we, or Disney, excuse me, Big Papa Disney, how can Daddy Disney have made this film better or made the feature better? Simple. Give him the Black Widow treatment. All right? Now, Black Widow, as far as a standalone character, C-lister at best. Comic runs that are okay, but better when she's teamed up. Plain and simple. So we, of course, were introduced to her in Iron Man 2. She was featured in it. So we see her being featured in Iron Man 2. And she had a few roles, a few moments of coolness. Like, oh, yo, she, martial arts and everything. So mainstream audiences now getting to know her. So now over the years, we've gotten to know who she is. And we've gotten to see her flaws and her go up and down and the relationships that she's built. So she's also building relationships with the audience and the mainstream audience. And so therefore, her popularity grew so much to the point that she even gets her own solo film. Now, if I was to drop the Black Widow movie that just came out, now whether you like the movie or not, that's not what this is about. But if I were to drop this movie back in 2010, back when Iron Man 2 was coming out, mainstream audiences are going to be like, who the heck is Black Widow and who cares? And even hardcore comic fans would be like, oh, okay, it's Black Widow, I guess I'll see it. It would not get mega mainstream appeal. And that's why it was so important for a character such as her own to be built up gradually over time so that her popularity grew to the point where she can get her own movie. That is what should have been done with Shang-Chi. No question, no doubt. Like, you could have dropped him in one of the TV shows. Like, even if it's a cameo. Like, maybe in, what was the thing? Falcon Winter Soldier. Just have him in there. I mean, if you're going to give the man a full-fledged film, might as well feature him in something. So the audience can be like, hey, that's that guy from that other thing. You gave us nothing. Less than nothing. Nothing would have been something. And then you're just like, hey, he's getting his own movie. And everybody's like, we don't know who that is. And we don't care. Heck, even his main villain is more... The Mandarin is more known as an Iron Man villain than a Shang-Chi villain. That's how unpopular that Shang-Chi is. But I digress. This is how Disney could have portrayed this character much better. So now I hope that the movie does well. I'm personally not going to go see it. I'm not going to just throw my money at Disney for no reason. But I hope this movie does well. I hope everybody finds success or whatever. But I honestly, like, it seems like it's trending that it's not going to do that well. But who am I? I don't know anything. I'm just spitballing here. But anyway, that's all I really got for today. So tell me if you agree with me. Do you think that Shang-Chi should be introduced the way they did Black Widow? Or do you think just dropping him his own solo film was a good idea? Just, like, whatever your opinion is, I'd love to hear it. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, and share the vid. I would love to hear your feedback. I'd love to know what you guys think. Definitely follow me on all those dope social media platforms that you see over there. And I will catch you all next time. Also, if you want to support my channel, check out spinwiz.com or download the Spinwiz app and check out my comic series, Trouble. It was written with a lot of love, and it was definitely my favorite comic series to write. I've also written it in English and in Spanish, so whatever floats your boat, I got it for you. Thanks again, and check it out.